my new topic, that is over voltage and insulation coordination for HVDC systems. So first I will discuss the equivalent circuit of DC insulator string and explain the significance of different components and how is the voltage distribution across the string. So first I will discuss equivalent circuit of DC insulator string and explain the different component and its significance. So first, equivalent circuit. That is the equivalent circuit, and this is the line, that is the line end, and that is HVAC, and this is the ionic current, and this is surface resistance, this is volume resistance, and that is the equivalent circuit. Equivalent circuit of a string of insulators. So from the equivalent circuit, it is evident that both cases, AC and DC, the voltage distribution along the string is non-uniform, and the line end insulators will have larger voltages impressed upon them. The surface resistance and resistance equivalent to ionic currents are shown as variable as they depend on surface conditions, weather conditions and pollution level. And what is the significance of the different component? That is, consider the equivalent circuit diagram for 3 discs and where the capacitor of each value, that is C1. So that is C1 that is equal to Kc, where K is the factor and C1 that is the capacitor of each line, that is the shunt capacitor. And starting from tower, the voltage across each unit, that is suppose V1, V2, V3. So if current Kirchhoff's current law, that is KCL apply, then the current will be I2, that will be equal to I1 plus I1. Apply KCL, because this resistance will be replaced by the capacitor. So that will be V2 omega C, that will be V1 omega C plus V1 omega C1. So solve this, replace C1 by Kc, that will be V2 equal to V1 1 plus K. That is similar in the power system 1 calculus, string efficiency. So this is for node A and another for node B. The same result, that will be similar process. So that will be V3 equal to V1 1 plus 3K plus K square. So total voltage between the conductor, that is V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So that will be just like V1 plus V1 1 plus K plus V1 1 plus 3K plus K square. So voltage across each unit V1, that will be equal to V by 1 plus 3K plus K square. And voltage drop across the second unit, that is V2 equal to V1 into 1 plus K. And voltage across the third unit, that will be V3 equal to V1 1 plus 3K plus K square. So the string efficiency, the percentage string efficiency, that will be equal to voltage across string divided by N into voltage across discs nearest to conductor. So that will be V by 3V3 into 100%. So that will be calculation of the string efficiency. Now I will discuss the insulation coordination in HVDC systems. What is the insulation coordination? So insulation coordination is the correlation of insulation levels of various equipment of high voltage power system so as to minimize damage and loss of supply due to over voltages. The insulation level of an equipment is defined as the combination of voltages, that is power, frequency and impulse, that characteristics the insulation with regard to the ability to withstand the various voltage stresses. A proper insulation coordination has to ensure that the system insulation will withstand all normal and most of the abnormal stresses, and that the over voltages, generally internally and externally injected, are efficiently discharged to the ground, and the external flashover will protect equipment against failure such as puncture or breakdown of insulation. The problem of insulation coordination is that of the trade of between the cost of equipment insulation sufficient to withstand over voltages that are permitted to reach it by the protective device, ground wire, lash, and the cost of protective devices, the probability of equipment damage, and the frequency and severity of outage. The insulation coordination in a power system requires the determination of line insulation level, the selection of basic insulation, that is termed as a bill, that is basic insulation level, and the insulation level of the other equipment, and that selection of proper protective device such as lash, so as to provide to the equipment economically justifiable protection. Next part, that will be methods adopted for limiting over voltages in DC systems. So, methods that is adapted for limiting the over voltage in DC system, that will be first lightning, arresters, or surge diverter, that is limiting the over voltage. It is the protective device which conducts the high voltage surge on the power system to the ground. This is like this is power circuit, that will be just like this. This is R, and that will be grounded, and that R is that the non-linear resistor, and that is called spark gap, and that is the lightning arrestor. So that is the configuration of basic configuration of the surge diverter. It consists a spark gap in the series with non-linear resistor. One end of the diverter is connected to the terminal of the equipment and to be protected, and the other end is effectively grounded. This is grounded, and the length of the gap is so set that normal line voltage is not enough to cause the arc across the gap, but the dangerously high voltage will break down the air insulation and form an arc. So the property of the nonlinear resistance is that resistance decreases as the voltage or current increases, and vice versa, which is clear in the volt ampere characteristics. If we draw the volt ampere characteristics, that is voltage and that is current. If we draw, that will be just like this. So it is ideally it should be become the conducting at voltage above the diverter rating. So restrict the over voltage and the terminals to the design value. Become non-conducting again when the line to neutral voltage become lower than the design value. In other words, it should be not permit any power flow or current, not conduct any current at normal or same watt above the normal power frequency voltage. This is the surge diverter is one. So second point, that will be the surge absorber. So surge absorber is also a protective device which reduces the stiffness of wave front of a surge by absorbing the surge energy. As a matter of fact, both surge diverter and surge absorber eliminates the surge, but the manner in which it is done in different in the two devices. While the surge diverter diverts the surge to earth and surge absorber absorbs the surge energy. Few of the cases surge absorption is discussed as a case 1. Case 1 means this is a line and this is a transformer. So capacitor which connected between the line and earth, capacitor, and this shows the action of the capacitor as a surge absorber. To protect the transformer winding, it is known as reactance of the capacitor is inversely proportional to the frequency, and since surges are of high frequency. This is case 1. And case 2, when a transformer is connected between with the line, that is R and L. So when a parallel combination of choke and resistance are connected in series with the line and to protect the transformer. Here the choke offers the high reactance to surge frequency, that is XL equal to 2 pi f L or omega L. Therefore the surge are forced to flow through the resistance R, where they are dissipated. And next case is case 3. Case 3 is metal sheet. When a air core inductor connected in series with the line that is shown in the figure. So this process is called as a Ferranti surge absorber. Here inductor is surrounded by but insulated from the earth metallic sheet called as a dissipator. And this arrangement equivalent to the circuit of transformer with short circuit secondary. The inductor forms the primary, where as dissipator is considered as a short circuited secondary. The energy of surge is used up in the form of heat generated in the dissipator due to transformer action. This type is generally used for protection of transformer. While concluding the topic protection against overvoltage, it is essential to discuss in brief in the internal causes, that is arcing ground, which is often to witness when the lines are long and operate at high voltage. Transient produce due to arcing ground are cumulative and produces severe oscillations of 3 or 4 times of the normal voltage. As such, it is protection in power system is very important and can be prevented by earthing to neutral. So this is the overall scenario of the overvoltage and insulation coordination of HVDC system. So first of all, I will discuss the equivalent circuit of the DC insulator string and insulation coordination in HVDC system, and last one is methods adopted for limiting the overvoltage in DC system, like surge lighting arrestor or surge diverter and surge absorber. So thank you for watching the video. This is the last topic in HVDC system. So total HVDC transmission system syllabus that will be completed. Now I will give you the quiz and assignment of the HVDC DC transmission system. Thank you for watching the video.